Hi, this is Waking Up with Wisdom, and in today's video, we're sharing a story that reveals how our minds can play tricks on us, leading us to believe in limitations that aren't really there. Once upon a time, on a pitch-black night, a caravan stopped at an inn in the desert. This caravan had 100 camels. The merchants tied up all the camels with ropes and pegs, but as they were finishing, they discovered they were short one rope and one peg for the last camel. With the shops closed at midnight, they had no way to get another rope or peg. Desperate, they went to the inn's owner, waking him up, and asked if he could lend them a peg and a rope as they had lost one. The merchants explained that while 99 camels were secure, the 100th one was left untied, and there was a risk it might wander off in the dark. The innkeeper was a wise old man, renowned for his wisdom in the area. He told them not to worry. Although he didn't have a spare peg or rope, he suggested a solution. Just go, pretend to dig a peg into the ground, act like you're tying the rope around a camel's neck, and tell a camel to sleep. The merchants, irritated, replied, "Are you crazy? If we had a peg and rope, we wouldn't be here asking you." The old man laughed and said, "Just dig an imaginary peg and tie an imaginary rope. Act as if you're doing it for real. It's dark, and even people can be fooled, let alone an animal." Though skeptical, they had no other choice. So they mimicked digging a hole, pretended to insert a peg, and acted like they were tying a rope around a camel's neck. To their amazement, the camel, hearing the familiar sounds, settled down and went to sleep. The next morning, the caravan prepared to leave. They untied the ropes of the 99 camels, but the 100th camel, which had never been actually tied, refused to get up. They pushed and prodded, but the camel wouldn't budge. Even in broad daylight, it behaved as if it was still tied. Confused, they returned to the wise old man and asked what he had done to the camel. The old man simply asked, "Did you untie the imaginary rope and remove the imaginary peg?" The merchants replied, "But there is no peg or rope." The old man laughed and said, "Just as you pretended to tie it, you must now pretend to untie it." Helpless, they followed his advice. They acted out removing the non-existent peg and untying the invisible rope. Suddenly, the camel stood up, ready to go. Astonished, they thanked the old man, praising his deep knowledge of camels. The old man smiled and said, "My wisdom isn't about camels. It's about understanding the human mind. In life, we often find ourselves tied down by imaginary ropes and pegs, limitations and doubts that exist only in our minds. We let others tell us what we can't do, and we believe them, binding ourselves with these false restrictions. We think we're stuck because of our circumstances, responsibilities, or lack of resources. We say to ourselves, "I can't move forward. I'm held back by my limitations." But just like the camel, these constraints are often imaginary. The best way to free ourselves is to recognize whether these pegs are real or mere illusions. By understanding that our limitations are often self-imposed, we can liberate ourselves and unlock our true potential. Consider your own life. What imaginary pegs and ropes are holding you back? Is it a fear of failure? Doubts about your abilities? The belief that you need certain resources or circumstances to succeed? These are the mental constraints that prevent us from achieving our dreams. Imagine if you could identify these false limitations and break free from them. You would realize that you have the power to shape your own destiny. The key to unlocking your capabilities lies within your own understanding and perception. Start by observing your thoughts and beliefs. Challenge the notion that you are limited by external factors. Instead, focus on your inner strength and potential. Remember, the only thing holding you back is your own mind. Take small steps toward your goals. Each step will help dismantle the imaginary constraints. As you progress, you'll gain confidence and clarity, further freeing yourself from the mental chains. By doing so, you can navigate life with a renewed sense of freedom, unbound by the imaginary constraints that hold us back. You'll find that you are capable of much more than you ever imagined. Your potential is limitless, and the only barriers are those you create in your mind. This is the essence of the story. We need to liberate ourselves from these self-imposed limitations embrace our true potential, and realize that the key to unlocking our capabilities lies within our own understanding and perception. This is Waking Up with Wisdom Stories. Thanks for watching, and stay blessed.